Hello and welcome to Decoratemas with your host Leighton
and Kira.
And today on Decoratemas we're going to be designing a cake just in time for Christmas. And it's going to be a 2-layered cake and it's going to have just a few decorations on top. Now, what you'll need for this, what we'll have in this video for you and what you'll need is a tub of buttercream icing. Now we have maybe 250 grams there of that, and because you won't need a lot, it's just for the in between the layers and just for a little bit for the top as well. And you'll need a rolling pin for your white fondant, which you'll need 1 kilogram of, a palette knife, and some cocktail sticks.
You're also going to need some just plain ice cream cones. That way we are going to be making a Christmas tree for that, which you'll see later on. Some different coloured fondant icings that will be for the decorations. We also have some green food colouring that we're going to be using for our buttercream on the tree. And then some silver glitter spray for the top that should look like snow.
Yes. So let's get right into this, shall we?
I think we should.
Okay. The first step for this kind of recipe is you want to get the buttercream and you want to just open it up and you want to take the top layer off the top.
I'll hold that for you.
Hold that right there.
There we go.
I'm going to use my palette knife right here and I'm going to scoop out half the buttercream, or maybe just over half. I'm just going to fill this up here. I'm just going to put it all up to the edges. And when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you don't want to put too much, because if you put too much and when you put the next layer of cake on, it's just going to come out the sides. And obviously that doesn't matter if you put in your fondant layer on top, but then it also can make the fondant look lumpy when you've got it on, and you don't want that. So we're going to put that there, and now you want to put the next layer on.
Just put the next layer on like that. There we go.
There we go. And I'm just going to get the rest of this, and I'm just going to put it on the top of the cake. So when we put the fondant on, it can kind of stick, it doesn't slide around then. It can just stick to the cake nicely.
Remember, it doesn't have to be too neat as well. Like, it can be messy. It doesn't really matter. It's going to get covered in fondant anyway.
Yes.
And we're just using a palette knife. You can use a spoon or a knife itself. It doesn't really matter.
No, it does not. So I'm just going to put this to the side for now, because we might need some of this later on.
Yes.
And the next step for this is you'll need your rolling pin, and you want to roll out your fondant, but we have already done this here. Now once you've rolled out your fondant, the trick to get it onto the cake might be a little difficult, but I don't think it will be. You want to just go to an end of the fondant and you just want to roll it with your rolling pin onto the rolling pin, like so. I'm just going to roll that up there, and nice and easy to pick up.
Okay.
So now once you've picked it up, you just want to put it to the side a little bit, and you just want to unroll it while moving along with the cake. So I'm just going to do this right now. There we go.
Perfect.
Perfect. Maybe a little too much there.
It's all right though, it doesn't really matter.
So now the fondant's on. This is maybe a difficult part. You want to make sure that all the fondant gets right to the bottom of the cake.
So you just want to smooth around the edges with your fingers, just so it's nice and smooth, like Leighton's showing you.
Now if you want to start cutting it, because
Yes.
it's a circle object, the cake is, it's going to be hard to get around nice and smooth. And obviously it doesn't have to be neat if it's your first time. It is a pretty difficult thing to do. So as we've got it on now, you just want to cut it with your palette knife along the edges.
Yeah, because you're going to have a little bit of excess anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You can just use your palette knife or a normal knife, whatever you have on hand, and you're just going to cut around the edge like that. There you go, and then you can just,
and we're just going to take this off
you
there.
can just get rid of it if I put that down. There we go.
And that can just go to the side for now, because we will need this later, but we don't need it as soon as possible.
Yes.
So that is the fondant on the cake, and you just want to make sure there's no air pockets in it when you've done this, because it might look a bit strange, but that is the fondant.
Yes.
Okay. Next step.
Right, what we're going to do is make the Christmas tree. So you're going to grab just a plain ice cream cone, and you don't want this bottom layer here that's sticking out a bit. So you're just going to use your fingers to peel that away, or a knife, whatever you want, just to get rid of it. And it should look something like that. Next, you can grab green buttercream, or like we did, we had buttergreen and added a bit of green food colouring. Put it in a piping bag like this. You're not going to need a lot for it because it's only a little tree. If you could just hold that for me for a second, Leighton.
I'll hold that.
And you're going to want to leave an area at the top, so when you do actually put on the cake, you have something to grip onto. And you're just going to do smooth strokes down like that, which should represent the leaves, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I guess the leaves. No, if you want to carry on with that.
And I'll carry on with that whilst Leighton does the rest of the decorating.
This may take some time. Now, for this bit, we're going to make a Santa. So you want to get your colours from your multicoloured fondant. You want the red, and you want your black, and then also the white that we had from earlier for his beard, and then the bobble on his hat. So I'm just going to grab a bit of the white here. So we don't need a lot, maybe just a pinch. Okay, now I want to open up the red. I think we have some scissors down here, and make sure when you use your scissors, you have parent supervision, because it can be pretty dangerous. You might cut yourself if you're too silly. So I'm just going to cut that open there, put the scissors away now, and I open up the red. This is a nice bit of icing. So you want to just flatten this out with your thumb. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be neat, because this is just Santa, you know. He might be wearing a jacket, but it could be baggy. So I'm going to flatten that out, maybe take off a little bit there. And you want to make it kind of look like a jacket. So we're going to get the top there, and we're going to make some sleeves. We're going to put sleeves on his jacket. I'm going to make the sleeves as well for this one. Okay. Very nice. I'm going to put that right on the front of the cake right there. Big old Santa. And the next bit is you want to get a bit of the black, fondant right here. I'm going to take a little bit off. You don't need too much for this bit. Just want to roll it out like a nice and thin for the outline of his face.
So Leighton, what would you say your favourite part of Christmas is?
Oh, definitely meeting up with the family, you know.
Christmas dinner.
Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Watching everyone receive their presents. Just a nice feeling, especially when they get what they want. You know, just a little happy.
Yeah, I think I'm the same. I just love it, especially when all the family does come around. It's just, I love it. With all the Christmas music as well.
Yeah, really, really jolly time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna, right here, I've done the face, well, I've done the head. You just want to do his hat, right there, nice little triangle shape. And I'm gonna put that right on the top of his head, and very quickly make 2 eyes and a nose with the black. I'm gonna make the eyes, and then with the red, make a nice little nose.
He's looking good.
Where's
so
the eyes?
far.
The eyes have fallen off. So I'm just gonna.
You need some help with that.
It's very sticky.
It's all right. Just place that there.
And there we go. The 2 eyes. There we go.
Lovely.
His red nose. And now you want to move on to his beard and the little bobble on his hat. So I'm just gonna make a little white ball there. Nice little bobble. And you can just flatten out the white for this. It doesn't really matter what shape his beard is. He might have a mad beard. And there we go. That's the beard.
Okay. You done with that?
I'm done with the Santa.
Okay, so what I did earlier, as you can see, I put the icing onto the Christmas tree, and I just flattened it out with the palette knife, just so it's a bit smoother.
Yes.
Now what you're going to want to do is get some of the fondant like this, and you're just going to want to, that's a bit too much actually, you're just going to put it inside the actual hole of the cone, so it's a bit firmer in there. Now you want to get the cocktail sticks in there so it's a bit of stability when you put it into the actual cake. Now just grab your green buttercream again.
And top it off.
And top it off.
So that is how to decorate a cake in time for Christmas. We've got a little Santa and a little Christmas tree. Now,
Yes.
thank you for watching Decorate Most with your host, Leighton.
And Kira.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Goodbye.